always want us to click at the beginning. I don't know why. Make sure the audio is working. I don't know. So, welcome to my space diary. They want us to, do these updates for science. I guess they want to make sure that we are. I don't even know, staying up to par, like not going crazy. I'm not going crazy, not yet. So far, it's traveling. Traveling through space is weird. It's weird the things you miss. Like I had done. I remember I told them I had been to Burning Man, which I thought that would like immediately disqualify me for any mission. But they were actually really curious about it, and I think what makes them open to it is like there's a fair amount of suffering that happens on Playa. Like there's no water, you can't dump your water, you have to swallow your own toothpaste and leave no trace. And so I was kind of I was used to that a little bit, but not like, this is some next level, people. Not being able to take a shower is really weird. Not being able to just things you take for granted, running water in a sink, rinsing off your dishes, watering plants, a garden. Water out here is so precious, and we have like these amazing filters and air pure scrubbers and purifiers. It's not the same. It's not the same. It's not that it's not that the water tastes bad or anything. I don't know. It's just I'm really looking forward to touching down on what I guess will be our new home. The first wave, they had it the toughest. We've heard stories about the early settlers, and it was hard, man. It was hard, even with modern science and whatever. Nothing can really prepare you for a completely new world. I can only imagine what the the pioneers would have felt like, first seeing, like the old explorers, they first came to the Americas and they saw, cities and gold and vast empires of the Incas, and then they left and they came back like 10 years later and everything was gone. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that happened to them, but that's not my point. My point is, like when they first arrived, though, what they saw was completely foreign. New animals, new plants, and of course, in the case of the colonizers, I don't know why I'm using we. I wasn't a colonizer. I don't know. My ancestors are Swedish. I don't have any pioneer relatives who came in like turn of the century, like the old 19th century was when my ancestors came to the United States. But the colonizers brought disease, and you know the story. It was tragic and horrible, but but I can only imagine what it must have been like to be on the first wave. You know, exciting, of course. You know, we all know their names, and they became, you know, kind of like worldwide celebrities. I'm curious what we're gonna see when we get there, you know. And I know the other thing that's crazy, we went through all this like wild psychological testing, you know. We had to. I mean, it was test after test, and these weird psych evals, and I was just like, screw it. I'm just gonna be incredibly honest, right? And so I told him everything, every wild thing I'd done, every Burning Man experience. I was just like, look, here's me, you know, the work I had done, the teaching, but I was just very honest, and I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked. I was shocked when they put me on this mission. But I kind of get why. You know, I remember something my grandfather told me when I was a kid. And he was like, people, no matter what religion they espouse, no matter what virtues they cherish, no matter what they proclaim to be, people invariably always act like people. That was very wise. You know, human nature is what it is, and it's like, even with the screening, the psychological screenings, you're still having tensions rise in certain places, you know. It's like you can feel that there's a stress, there's a what do you want to call it, a discordance amongst some of the crew, and they're really good at hiding it. But I can tell that most of these fellow crew members, you know, have not had what I would call like the requisite communication training. You know, I'm seeing withholding, and I'm seeing. So one of the weird phenomena that I witness is not everybody, most people they're really, really, really polite and kind and helping. And what I kind of see happening is some of the other crew can be a little like over delegating, and everybody's like too nice to say no. So I see some people like really like over committing, and I have to watch that myself. It's really easy to overcommit and be like, and just say yes, like I can do that, yes I can do that, yes I can do that. And I mean, it's hard to say no for me, because in the moment I feel like I can do it. And then I get to a point where I have, you know, too much on my plate, and I find myself then getting like angry or like resentful or feeling shame. And so I'm making a very conscious effort to practice saying no, doing my part, contributing, and being able to say, like, nah, that's not going to work for me. And it's so strange, like I have to make myself schedule out, like rest time, because there's always something to do. Like there's always a project, there's always something you can be tweaking, adjusting, studying, analyzing, preparing for, like there's never ending. So I have to be mindful of my time so that I don't just get burnt out. Because burnout is definitely real out here. So yeah, people, same problems, jealousy, relationships. Some people are falling in love, even though they didn't say don't have relations. It's just like, careful, because you can't get away from each other out here, like once you're in this, you're in this thing. I was just thinking of one of the stories from the first wave, how when they first landed, they were taking such a huge risk. Like, what happened to, well, two things, right? One, we didn't know if we were going to spread our disease and bacteria. At first, they tried to be as bio-isolated as possible. We had, like, remember? So they were like these white, they weren't like the old things from like the, like in the 20th century, like those old biohazard suits. They weren't all big and bulky like that. They were pretty, like pretty modern and tight and fit and everything. But I was just thinking of that first crew, who was actually on planet for the first time. And somebody had to be the first human to open their visor and breathe that new alien air, and I think it was it Commander Kelly? I think it was Commander Kelly was the first person to open their visor and breathe alien air. And I mean, as we know, she was dead within like 3 days. And we didn't know. Our sensors said everything would be fine, and it was just a case of, like, there's what you know, and then there's you don't know. Like I know that I don't speak Portuguese, right? Like I know that I don't know that. I know that I can't do brain surgery. Like I know that. But then there's, what you don't know, which of course is massive. And we just didn't know about that pathogen. And how could we know, right? I mean, some human had to be the first. And, I mean, I think we lost half the first wave. And then there were the animals, like that was, what was really wild was the stuff we found in the ocean. And we still don't know what's out there. I mean, it's like Earth, but I think the ocean's like a third again as big, so it's like all of Earth, and then like 1/3 again larger. So there's just, who knows what's under there. Like there's so much to explore. And I mean, the new seismic imagery and stuff coming out of the satellites is there are some big fish. There's some big fish out there. I'm excited to see it. So, how do I feel, right? Well, I feel, in general, how do I feel? I feel prepared. I feel that the crew is good. Yeah, I'm nervous. I feel some anxiety. I feel, how could I not? I don't know. I know sort of what to expect. And yeah, I've watched like hours of video footage, and I've gone through photographs and done like our augmented reality, but it's not the same. It's going to be different. And I guess I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the unknown. One of the most impossible things to do as a human to me is not go into our mind projected futures, right? Not living in the wreckage of the future, because we don't know what it's going to be. And I have a million scenarios in my head that are, it's not good, but it could also be incredible. And I have to remind myself that there's no value in worrying about an outcome that may or may not happen. That's sort of true. We have to prepare for everything, though, right? Like we're not, it's not that we're unarmed. We are an exploratory mission, but it's not like we don't have, we think they're advanced weapons. We didn't make contact with an intelligent species on the planet yet. But I hope the whole point is that under all circumstances, that we are non-violent, except at extreme circumstances. And I think, the first wave was an amazing testament to that. I think a lot of those pioneers could have lived had they fired their weapons. And they chose not to, I get it. It's, what choice will I make? I hope I don't get put in that situation where I have to make that kind of a call. Because it's not our planet. It feels weird. It's so strange to think of Earth as not just the thing you wake up in every day, but it's so weird where Earth now feels like home in a way that I cannot describe to you. Like, our planet now it occurs to me as like this unbelievable bastion of safety and security and familiarity and everything that you know, and all the people that you know and love, and it's so strange, feeling like where you're going, you don't really belong. And I just hope that, I don't know who's going to watch this, but anybody back home on that amazing blue marble, like Carl Sagan said, that little tiny, you just can't appreciate it until you see it with your own eyes from space. The profound realization that tiny blue marble, I can't even see it anymore. holds all of human history. Everything you've ever known and loved is on that little tiny blue marble, spinning and through an infinite galaxy, for all intents and purposes. And I cannot tell you how painfully homesick I get at times. Yeah. Like, I am gonna miss, Venice Beach. I'm gonna miss Santa Monica. I'm gonna miss playing with the rings, and I mean, maybe we'll eventually try to recreate it. And what's crazy about Dr. Kelly, Commander Kelly, Dr. Kelly, it's because of her that we found the cure. And, now all of us can, it's a simple vaccine. It's just done, and we're fine now. But it's just, I think about that. I think about those things. And it's also really exciting. It's also really exciting to get a chance to truly start over and start from scratch with, like, literally hand-picked people. So I hope I do us proud. Team people. Team human. Yeah, I'm team human, baby. So, I need to get to bed. I hope this is what you were looking for. And, alright. Signing off. I'll talk to you later, I guess.